Chris Brandt here again. I hope everybody's doing well. This video is going to be about skincare and makeup. And if they go together, if they, and what spurred this was the fact that I just watched an interview Drew Barrymore did with Pamela Anderson. And I think Valerie Bertinelli was on the show as well. And none of them had makeup on because Pamela Anderson has gone with no makeup. She's makeup free these days, which is awesome. I have started wearing makeup less than I did before. It's just not something that I feel the need to have on all the time. But I have kind of, not really an issue, but just my own point of view as to makeup and skincare. And, sometimes when we hear no makeup, that means, a lot of people say, well, I'm not wearing makeup anymore. And so, but do you have a skincare that you're using? Because skincare is important, especially after, I would say, over the age of 50 for sure. But especially at my age, there's different things that happen, and the sun does different things and that kind of stuff. So it's always been important to me to, wash my face in the morning, wash my face before I go to bed, all of that. I was never a big wear a moisturizer when I was younger, which I probably should have been because I was more of a sun worshiper at that time than what I am now. I do like to get the sun. I love the vitamin D. I love all of that. But when we go to the beach or the pool, or we know we're going to be exposed to the sun, we put sunscreen on. Most makeup has an SPF in it. And if not, then there's moisturizers that have SPF in it, and that's a protector for your skin. Not only does the sun, the elements of the sun, but also wind and all of that can damage your skin. So especially your face and your neck and all of that, though that skin is different than the skin on your legs and your arms and your, it's just more exposed. There very rarely is your entire face covered. So it is exposed at all times to the elements. So I am not an expert or anything, and this is just my feeling. I loved the episode. I loved the interview. I loved the fact that she has decided to go no makeup. But I do wish that the skincare part of it would have been kind of touched on, because a lot of us hear this, oh, they're not doing this anymore. I'm not going to do that either. And, not that we're all a bunch of followers, but, we do hear those things and say, yeah, why should we have to wear makeup every day? Why should we have to get up and do that? And, men just get up, take a shower, go, and, they don't have to put all of that on. But we don't have to, but it's just kind of been a part of, women are, they're the ones that wear the makeup. And back when I was younger, I will say I did enjoy that. I did like putting my makeup on and, getting ready to go somewhere. And but as I've gotten older, makeup is different. My skin is different. Everything is a little bit different. So you have to make sure that whatever you're doing, if you are wearing makeup at 50 and 60, that you have the correct makeup, for one thing, because yes, there are some heavy foundations that don't look too good on the older skin. But what they have now is they have like tinted moisturizers, and I have like a CC cream that I use. That's what, and it's a lighter. It's not like a foundation, but it's lighter. And I don't use it to like, I have no blush on today. I do put my eyebrows on because I have very thin. It almost looks like I have no eyebrows at all. So, and I kind of feel that way. So I do put, and it's a very light color, it's not anything. It just makes me feel better to, because sometimes I look in the mirror and I'm like, oh, I don't even have eyebrows, and we should have eyebrows. We were born with them, right? So that I do put on, even if I don't put any makeup on at all and I'm going to run somewhere that I know I might be seeing people or whatever. But for the most part, if I run to a store and it's just, I got to run here, I don't, I don't feel the need to get all my makeup and everything done. I make sure that my hair is brushed and clean, but like after I walk in the morning, my husband and I take our walks in the morning. There's a lot of times that I have errands to run, and I just go the way I went when I was with whatever I'm wearing, with my walking clothes, and I just go the way I was. So I don't worry about it. Whereas when I was younger, I did. I tended to worry about that a little bit more because, who am I going to run into? And I don't want people seeing me looking all without my stuff. I don't even have earrings on today. And that's okay. I don't have to. I'm me, and especially moving to a new area where we are, that's a really fun experience because nobody really knows me here yet. Where I came from, where we moved from, I grew up there, so I knew lots of people. I would run into people at the stores and, things like that. So of course, you want to look nice and, but towards the end there even, I was like, I don't care. I'm running to the store. I'm going to run and do my thing. And if I run into somebody, I run into somebody, and they get to see the real me. But back to the whole makeup thing, and there's a lot of celebrities that are going the natural, which I think is great. They have to wear lots of makeup in front of the cameras and everything, so I'm sure that is a big decision for them. But with a daily, I'm not saying that you should be wearing makeup or you shouldn't be wearing makeup, but at least have a skincare regimen or whatever, where I have a regimen, and I have a product that I love to use, and I've been using it for several years. I'm not here to promote any product or anything. My mom used it, and then I started using it, and I just like it. So, but I have a face wash that I use morning and then at night before I go to bed. And then during the day, I do have a daytime moisturizer. And then at night, I have a nighttime moisturizer. And here's a funny fact, I guess, that I always thought, because when I grew up, I had kind of oily skin, or a T-tone, or whatever you want to call it. But so I always thought, why would I want to put a moisturizer on my skin? Why would I want to do that when I've already got oily skin? That's only going to make it worse. Well, once I got into this skincare regimen that I was doing, I learned that when you put a moisturizer on your skin, it kind of helps to regulate your skin. And because it seemed like every time I would try to do the whole moisturizer thing when I was younger, I would break out. And then I also found out that that's normal because it's getting your skin used to, and so you're going to have that, once you get into it and you're set with it, your skin will adjust, and then you won't have those breakouts. Well, I was always, I'm not putting more moisture on my already oily skin. But now, once I got older, I guess I started really using the skincare around, I want to say around the age of 55, maybe 50, somewhere around there, because I was getting very, I was having dry patches in different areas, and then still having the oily. So I reached out to a friend of mine that sold this particular type of product that I use, and I'll go ahead and say it. I use Mary Kay, and I always liked the story of Mary Kay. Mary Kay Ashes. Her story is it's a wonderful story, and I just have always, it's been around for so long, and I use more the skincare than the makeup side. So I did stop using eyeliners and mascara. My eyes have always been extremely sensitive to certain colors of eyeshadows. I would get, I would break out, and I would just, not really break out, but more like a rash, an itchy rash, like an allergic. So I couldn't use certain colors. And now that I've gotten to probably about 3 years ago, every time I put eyeliner or mascara on, my eyes would just water, and no matter what kind I used, no matter what, I tried different ones and it didn't seem to matter. So it was just, my eyes were just telling me, nope, don't want it. So I don't use it anymore. That's the one thing my husband had told me: if your body is not is rejecting it, don't try to, make it work. So don't force it, So I just stopped using those, but I do use the eyebrow pencil, and then I use the CC cream, and it's kind of just a very light, like a tinted moisturizer, where you're actually benefiting your skin at the same time. When I was in my teens, I tended to break out on my forehead and like the sides of my, and that was kind of my area. And then that was the oily area that I always had. So I would have to, gosh, I don't even know. I used Noxzema, I used Seabreeze. That was a big one back in the 80s when, using the Seabreeze, and it smelled good and made your face tingle. And but as you get older, your skin gets, I want to say finer. I don't want to say thinner, but that might be it. But it just, you have to really be careful, pulling and tugging and all of that. You're supposed to go in certain motions and everything, but I just think that it's very important to have a skincare regimen, that where you wash your face, moisturize, wash your face, moisturize in the morning and before you go to bed. What you do in between, the one thing that I do like is, if I'm going to be outside for long periods and it's windy or it's whatever, I do like to put either, if I'm not going to put a sunscreen on, I will put my makeup on. I will put the CC cream on, and then I feel like I'm SPF protected, and then also wind protected as well. So I don't know. Let me know what you think. Leave some comments. I'd love to know what I think it's fabulous if you've never worn makeup, and, that's you. I think that's great. I grew up in the 80s, so that was hair and makeup had to be. It was kind of, that's what we did. And now I think we're back to the more natural, not so much. It's just not necessary. I love to see the naturalness of, like the naturalness of my dog here, my Oliver. I don't know if you can see him, but he's sleeping here with me. Yeah, just being natural and not feeling like you have to put makeup on and the blush and the eyeliner and everything. And if you love to do that, then that's wonderful. Because for a very long time in my life, I loved to do that. That's what I did. I wore makeup and I loved it. That was a great time of my life. But as I've gotten older, it's just not really as important. It's not something that I feel I have to do. I do it if I want to. My husband always looks at me and says that he can't tell whether I have it on or don't. He just, because he sees my heart before he sees, that's what he always tells me. I see your heart. That's what I see. And that's just, he's such a blessing. but I just want to know, I just thought I would pop on and just kind of see where everybody stood with that. The episode, the interview was wonderful. Drew Barrymore actually took her extensions out. You know, that's something I've never done any kind of extensions. This is about as long as my of hair that I really want at this time. But I thought that was wonderful. But all three of the ladies, they didn't have makeup on, and they still are just gorgeous. They're just beautiful because you see the real person. But even with makeup on, they're you know, it's the same. It's all in what we want and what's at the time of life that we're at too. But you know, this is about embracing 60, and I just, you know, I love the fact that it's not a necessity. It's actually kind of a money saver too, not to have to, you know, make sure I have all of my makeup in there. But I do want to take care of my skin the older I get, because aging, things do happen. I mean, I'm not going to get rid of the wrinkles, but if I can lessen the dryness, or, you know, keep my face looking as young as possible, that's all I'm wanting, is to have a healthy skin, healthy face, healthy skin. So just if this is something that you want to comment on, leave a comment for me, and I'd be happy. I would love to hear what you guys all think about that. And like and share if you can, like and subscribe. And then if you want, share this with somebody that you think might get some benefit out of it. That would be great. Like I said, I'm not an expert. I just saw that interview and it just spoke to me, and I loved the message that it was sending. But I also think that there's a message in skincare along with that. You know, makeup is one side of it, and then skincare is another side of it, especially when you get, you know, over 40, 50, and then of course 60, and you know that just taking care of your skin is very important. Like putting hand lotion on, you know, making sure that you're protecting your face and your neck and everything at the same time. Like I said, thank you so much for joining me, and I appreciate all of your comments. And just hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you soon.